Hello, and welcome to day 5 of the Energize and Align Challenge. So, I'm just going to give you guys a few minutes to sign on. As you can see, I am in a different location today. So, I'm actually having my monthly meeting with my business partner and in something that I'm creating. So, I'm at the local country club where we meet once a month to meet in something that we are creating, which is going to be a school for coaches. And it's been quite a process. We've been working on it for about 2 years. So that is what is to come. And that's what I'm doing here today. So welcome, please. I see there are 6 of you here. Please let me know who's here. Hi, Nandita. Hi, Trini. Hi, Molly. It's nice to see you, Molly. We've been doing an Energize and Align challenge all week, and today is day 5. So, hi, Jill. Good to see you again. For those of you who haven't been with us all week, on day 1, we talked about, hi, Jessie. Good to see you. So, on Monday, just as a recap, we talked about living in your natural energy flow. On Tuesday, we talked about clearing blocks. On Wednesday, we talked about the balance of giving and receiving. And then yesterday, we talked about our body wisdom. Is that right? I'm trying to remember. It's Friday. It's Aloha Friday, so I'm super excited. So, okay, I am going to be dropping a couple of links in the comments today to share with you guys. The first link I'm going to drop is going to be the link to my podcast on iTunes, because some of you know that I'm announcing a winner today, which is going to be totally random. I have the names of 6 people who have taken all 3 steps, but some of you left a review on my website and not actually in iTunes. So if you would be willing to actually click this link and go to iTunes, you can search ratings and review, and then under ratings and review, you'll see right now there's 33, and then click write a review. And that is where I would greatly appreciate if you'd be willing to leave a review, because you may know that there are many podcasts, and I devote a lot of time every week to do this. And if you're loving it, I would just love to hear what you think so that more people can find this podcast and listen to it as well. So I'd be really grateful for that. So for those of you that are here, I've been posting a lot of stuff all week. I've asked a lot of questions, particularly around, what have you accomplished this week? So going through the first 4 days, were you able to declutter? Were you able to determine whether or not you're giving too much, not allowing yourself to receive enough? Do you know what foods work for you and which don't? Are there areas of your life that are draining you, relationships that are draining your energy, and things like that? So if anything's coming up for you right now, I'd love to hear that. And then we're also going to go live on Instagram. Okay, awesome. So here we are. So day 5, you guys, thank you for your commitment all week. Many of you have had some major breakthroughs, and it's been really awesome to witness you and to receive your messages that you've either shared in the Facebook group or on personal messages. So I did drop the link for my podcast. If you haven't joined in, I have quite a few podcasts over the last 4 weeks that have been talking about leading up to this Energize and Align challenge. And it looks like I might be getting wet soon. Might have to go inside. But anyway, so yeah, you guys are going to have to hang tight with me for a second, because it's starting to rain in lovely Florida, and I'm just going to have to go where I am covered. So thank you this is how we live in the flow. It's a beautiful day, and then all of a sudden it's like sprinkling. So just give me 1 second. I'm going to get to where it's dry. The sun was out just a minute ago. Okay, awesome. So today we're really talking about sort of everything that's led up to today, which is living in alignment with your natural energy flow, which is what I'm doing as I'm working with my business partner and also with you guys today. So if you have your ebook, go ahead and grab it. And we're going to do the 3rd to last page, which looks like it says your what does it say? It says your energy signature. So go ahead and grab that. And before we get started, I'm just going to tell you a little bit about why we're doing this. So I'm going to give you kind of the science behind it because you guys know I like science. And it's the idea that all of the decisions that we make with our food, with our relationships, with connections, and everything that we do as a frequency or an energetic vibration. So even food, right? We know that we can get energy or fuel from food. And we know that when we're around certain people that we feel better and we get energized. So this is all about learning what our natural energy state is and how to keep it in a place where we feel like we're in flow and in alignment so that we're not exhausted, we're not overwhelmed, we're not tired, and we are not keeping ourselves stuck because of our fears or our beliefs. So if any of that resonates with you and you want to continue to learn more, let me know in the comments below. Hey Jen, good to see you. Hi Megan, hi Jill, hi Josette. We've got some new people on today. So if you have your ebook, and just as a reminder for those who just joined, remember Monday we talked about our sacred energy flow. Tuesday we talked about clearing energy blocks, so really identifying those self-limiting beliefs. Wednesday we talked about intuitive energy balance, the balance of giving and receiving, being and becoming. And then Thursday, yesterday, we got into our intuitive body wisdom around our health and wellness. And so today we're talking about our energy signature, which is what all of this comes down to. It's when we really decide to create the life that we want, the health and wellness that we want, the relationships that we want, the job that we want. We have healthy relationships with all of the things in our life. So it's all about our relationship to where we are with the things in our life. Our relationship to health, our relationship to the food that we nourish with, our relationship to our career or the job that we've chosen, our relationship with our children, and how we show up and how we feel about that. And so a lot of that comes down to really just embracing where we are and also taking inspired action steps to create what we want. So that's what we're doing today. So if you are excited to learn about this today, let me know in the comments, and also let me know what some of the big breakthroughs that you had last night maybe. So our homework last night was really to get clear on, are there any areas of your life where you're not allowing yourself to receive support? And are there areas of your life where you're not allowing yourself to do something that you know you want to do? And are there areas of your life where you could be saying no? So just being really intentional with the energy management, which is what we talked about yesterday, and taking the action steps that are in alignment with what our values are. So remembering back to Monday on day one when we talked about what are our core values, our energy flow, and then wrapping it up yesterday to really taking the inspired action steps for just being really clear. If we say that we value health, then are we taking the action steps to choose healthy foods, to seek support around our health and wellness, to go to the gym or whatever that looks like. So any ahas for you yesterday? I'd love to hear from you in the homework that we did. And before we get started, just as a reminder, I am doing a giveaway today. There are 3 steps. Join the challenge, which most of you did. Tag somebody on Instagram or Facebook, and then listen to the podcast and leave a review in iTunes. So I've dropped the link in the comments below. Jill, you did leave yours in the right place. Yes, Jill Taylor, Jill Limke. So Megan, I'm not sure if you got my message, but your review was on the website, not in iTunes. And I would love it if you guys would leave it in iTunes because that helps for me to share my podcast with more people. So I've shared that. We're going to go over that today. And then I'll announce the winner at the end. I've got 5 people right now. I'm going to do a random number generator just to pick one name, and we'll go from there. So today I'm going to start with 5 questions around your energy signature. So if you have your ebook out or a journal, I'm going to invite you to grab a drink of water, and I'm actually going to sit down a little bit, scoot down because where I am, I just felt like the table was a little low. I can be more present when I'm down here. So I'm going to invite you guys to close your eyes, just wherever you are if you're not driving. So I have a dream life meditation that I want to share with you, and I'm going to drop that in the Facebook group so that you can go and listen to it later today if you haven't listened to it yet. Then I'm going to invite you to answer these questions And then if you really want to dive deeper, do the meditation and then answer the questions again. But for now, we're just going to do a mini presencing and meditation. So I'm just going to invite you to close your eyes if you're not driving and just connect with your breath, your environment, noticing the sounds. Just noticing the sensations around you. And just really tapping in again with your inner environment. Just taking a moment to connect with your breath. Notice the quality of your thoughts. Notice the quality of your heartbeat. Notice your environment. And just take a moment to ask yourself from this space of spaciousness, what is it that you believe that you're here to do or to be in this world? So maybe you connect with your heart space. Maybe you just ask your heart, what is it that you believe you are meant to do or be in the world in this lifetime? And just allow whatever comes up without judgment or expectation. And as you see yourself in that space of doing what you believe you're here to do or be in the world, who is there to support you? So it might be your partner, your husband, your wife, could be a friend, could be your pet. But who's going to be there to support you when you feel like you are embodying what you came here to do or be? When your soul chose to come back to this earth, what do you think that was for? Do you see your children? Do you see your work? What do you see? And then I'm going to invite you to ask for clarity on what are your beliefs around receiving support. So many of you have shared that you're noticing that there's an imbalance in receiving in your life. So where does that show up? Some of you have mentioned that you don't allow yourselves to be nourished, whether that's bringing in macronutrients or raw foods or healthy fats and proteins in whatever way that is. Are you allowing yourself to be nourished? Are you receiving the nourishment? Does it feel good when you're eating? Does it feel good when you drink water? Are you receiving love and support from your community, from your friends, from your partner, your loved one? And is there any area where you could allow yourself to request support? So we talked about the brain dump this week, the energy dump. We talked about decluttering and cleansing. And so is there any area of your life, based on the things that we've talked about through the week, where you would like to seek support? Maybe it's from your children with making dinner. Maybe it's, a friend just to listen. Maybe you have a coach or a mentor. Remembering back on your beliefs around energy and time. Remembering that check-in about the balance of giving and receiving. What way could you allow yourself to receive more? What way can you live in a balance of giving and receiving? And so as we're talking about receiving, what are your beliefs about abundance? So I know Jill has shared some breakthroughs that she's had this week. Jill Taylor. So get really clear on what your beliefs are about abundance, because many people think abundance is money. I think of abundance as receiving. I think of abundance as health, wealth, love, connection, joy, spirit. Do you believe you have abundance in your life? Are there areas where you would like more? More nutrition, more movement, more connection, more support. And just thinking about what would those areas be where you would like to have more to live in alignment with your natural energy flow. So still keeping the eyes closed, or maybe you're journaling. Maybe for you today meditation is journaling as we go through these questions. And then what is one belief or action in that one area of your life that you would be willing to take? Because this whole challenge is all about taking that next step. It's about learning and then taking the inspired action step to create something new in your life. So maybe you choose to clean out the fridge. Maybe you choose to sign up for the gym. Maybe you choose to go to a health food store for the first time. Maybe you choose to go on a date with your husband. Maybe you choose to ask your kids to make dinner. Maybe, it could be many, many things. Maybe you choose just to allow yourself to receive a compliment that somebody gives you. That's a practice that I've taken. When somebody compliments me, I now say, I'm receiving that. I'm receiving that. And so I'd like to hear in the comments below what came up for you. Is there anything that came up for you between those questions? What do you believe you're here to do? Who's going to be there to support you? What are your beliefs around receiving support? Or you may have already worked through that. What are your beliefs around abundance? And what is a belief that you'd like to clear, or an action step that you'd like to take to welcome more abundance of health, wealth, joy, love, connection, all of the above into your life? I'm just going to take a look and see what you guys are saying. I figured it out. It's on iTunes now. Oh, awesome, Megan. Okay, so does anybody have anything they'd like to share with where they are? Has anybody had a moment or a breakthrough this week on where they've been, what they've cleared, and where they're going? I know you've shared with me, many of you have shared individually, so I'm just wondering if there's anything else in this moment. I know there's a little bit of a lag. So what are your beliefs around receiving, living the life that you believe that you're meant to live, calling in the support, and living in alignment, just coming into that natural energy flow where you're living in your highest frequency. You are nurturing yourself to be in a vibration of your highest frequency. You are giving and receiving love in a balanced way that allows you to stay in alignment. So we're talking about nourishing, we're talking about relationships, we're talking about energy blocks. You're doing the work to clear energy blocks, those self-limiting beliefs, the ones of I'm not good enough, I'm not lovable, I'm not safe, I'm not capable, whatever it is that shows up. Megan says, I'd like to move forward in learning how to receive and abundance. Yes, Megan, so abundance is all about receiving. It's all about receiving. And it's in every area, and it's in the second chakra, the sacral chakra. Color orange is where that block usually is. So sometimes there might be some healing that needs to happen in that area. It could be, as these things come up, we can have physical blocks, we can have energetic blocks, we can have emotional blocks. So sometimes we could have had something health related in a specific area that's related to one of our chakras that could have created or manifested a block. Or maybe there was a traumatic event, or maybe there's just an emotional, because that area is where we hold our emotions, the hips. Maybe there's some type of emotional release that needs to happen that is now associated with the second chakra of receiving abundance. And it's also creativity. So I'm just wondering how that lands for you. Jill says, I believe I'm here to help women smile at themselves, and you're doing a good job, Jill. when they look in the mirror. I've been doing it for years, but designing the yoga line helps me to complete this. The shirts are the cherry on top. I agree, and I love it because I'm a big fan of mirror work as well. So thank you for sharing that. So as you guys asked that question, so Megan, I'm going to ask you the question: what is it that you believe that you're here to do in the world, to be? And Jill Linky says, I know it's small, but I've been nourishing my body. So there's nothing too small, Jill. Nothing is too small. Taking a step is better than not doing anything at all. So there is no step too small. So I want you guys to hear me on that, because a lot of us here are perfectionists and we think we have to do this super healthy, raw, vegan, gluten-free diet. We have to go to the gym and work out 5 times a day. And then when we meditate, we have to be completely still and silent. And none of that is true. We get to choose our experience. So there is no step that is too small. You've been nourishing your body with better foods and making time to walk. I love that. Your goal is to receive compliments and help. I have never been good with either of those. Okay, so Jill, I think words are super important. I'm going to invite you to reframe that and change the words and just put the words in front of it. Until now. Until now. So from this moment on, you're choosing differently. So until now, it's been challenging for you to receive compliments and help. But from this moment on, you are making the intention to receive them. And then I want to take it a step further and ask, how are you going to receive it? Jill Taylor says she's cried every day when people have supported me and shared her project or pledge. So I hear you're feeling really grateful. I didn't realize how long it's been since I felt supported. And the combination of this challenge happening with my Kickstarter campaign, I love the resonance of this happening at the same time, Jill. I really do. And a lot of self-worthiness comes up. The podcast that I recorded last week was around the energy of self-worth, and it comes up a lot for women, especially in this group and the women I work with. Megan says, this is my struggle because I believe this is changing from what I've always believed. Yes, Megan. And I believe that I want to know how this resonates with you. Part of what you're here to be or do is to break that pattern in your family. You've already broken some patterns with, the changes that you've made with your children, and it's not to say that there was a right or a wrong way. It's just that you have really gone outside of the box in many ways to make choices with your children already. And so this is just sort of another facet of how you're doing that, is breaking the pattern of what you've always believed, because the belief isn't true. It's just energy. There was an experience that happened, and then there's the belief about it. Remember that two people can have the same experience but have totally different beliefs about the experience. So there's always the until now this happened and now I choose differently. So think, Megan, what are you going to choose to believe from this moment on around receiving support? Because you don't have to do it all. And Jill says, I receive that. That's awesome. See, Jennifer says the concept of nourishment has helped me make a mind shift about removing physical clutter and toxic food and replacing it with nourishment in both areas. I love that. That is so amazing. So now you see why health coaching was just a stepping stone in the work that I did with women. The way that we choose to show up and nourish ourselves says a lot about how we feel about ourselves. So, for example, if we live in survival mode, we probably eat like we're in survival mode. If we're thriving and we have a lot of energy, then we're eating like we're thriving. We have a lot of energy. And we're choosing to continue to nourish and thrive in that way. So I love that you linked those two together. I have found that going deeper into the blocks, the energy blocks, and the patterns that show up, and getting really clear on how we show up in our life is exactly the way that we choose to nourish ourselves, and it shows up in our relationship with our health and well-being, with nutrition, with how we nourish ourselves. So I love that you said that. It's so awesome. So thank you for sharing those. So now the question I want to ask you guys is, today is day 5. What is one action step you are willing to take over the weekend, even if it's just receiving? Some of you already said, what is one action step? I'm going to type it. One action step, inspired action step from the week that you are willing to take. to embody and embrace this new path or this new belief. And if you're able to call it out in the group, we want to support you in it. So what is one inspired action step that you're willing to take to embody or embrace the new belief or the new path that you are choosing for yourself? What would that be? So that we can support you. And I also encourage you guys to look in the Facebook group at all the posts that I've done through the week. I've shared some things, some questions. I've shared a poll that will just kind of check in, like, did you identify a limiting belief this week? Did you declutter? Just to help for accountability. It really helps to take that action step just to complete the poll and just be honest with yourself. So anybody, Jill Taylor, Jill MP, Jen, Trini, Megan, any inspired action steps that you would like to call out that you are willing to take over the weekend? Because what happens is that we have this experience and we're like, oh, that was a really great experience. And then we can slip back into our old ways. Am I right? Can anybody relate to that? It's like going to the gym. Going to the gym and you got a personal trainer and you're doing really good, or you got a health coach or whatever, and then you're afraid once that's over, you slip back into your old habits. Well, that's why we do this deeper work, because if you clear the energy and you shift the belief, you don't slip back into your old habits. So I'm asking you, what is one action step? Taking my girls on a walk through the forest and declutter my mudroom. See, that's awesome. Just one room at a time. One small step. Just like the small step that you shared with me about removing gluten that felt really good. Or, those small steps make a really big difference. Jill Taylor says, I have to. I'm going to more directly ask for women to support you in your launch. Awesome. Do it, Jill. Because this is what I found. Women want to support each other. And here's the truth, Jill. As someone who has owned their own business for 10 years, people want to support you. People want to support me. But the truth is that most people are so busy or misaligned, or they're just doing their own thing. It's not personal that they haven't supported you in the way that you would like them to. A lot of people just need to be asked because they're just doing their own thing. So I would encourage you to ask directly for women to support you. And second, you're signing up for Match. Oh, that's an online thing, right? I've been with my husband for 20 years, so that was before my time. I'm going to start dating again without the expectation of being taken care of. Just do it for fun. Do it for fun, Jill. Megan says she's gonna work on being present in every moment, making decisions on your core values rather than what I believe I should do. I love that. And so, Megan, I'm going to invite you to share your core values. Just call them out right here. And I'm also going to ask you, how are you going to check in with yourself to know that you're present? What's going to be that key sign for you? Do you take a breath? Do you feel in your body? Is there a sensation that you connect with when you know that you're present? So how you've got the action steps, how are you going to celebrate your action step now? So how do you celebrate your action? Great. Oh, Chris. Hi, babe. Okay, my husband's blowing me up with the hearts. He must really love me. Thank you. I'm getting support. So how you celebrate your action? This is important. So we take the step and then we celebrate. Because if we don't celebrate, then we forget to recognize how far we've come, those small steps that we think are small. So how you celebrate? Okay, so I want to hear in the comments below how you're going to celebrate, and I want to hear also when you do take this action step. Send me a personal message on Facebook. Let me know that you did it, or call it out in the Facebook group. and share with us. Like, how did it feel? So I'm going to invite you to share in the Facebook group. Okay. So who's willing to share in the group when you do it? Okay. All right. So who has questions? Who feels good about the action step that they created? There's a little bit of a lag. Megan says, presence makes me feel peaceful and joyful. Core values, time with kids and husband, deep connection, travel, helping others, and being outdoors. Awesome. Okay. So when you, so what I hear you saying is that if there's an opportunity for you to participate in something and it's not in alignment with one of these core values, if it's not time with your husband, if it's not deep connection, if it's not travel or exploring with your family, so your family is a big part of it, or helping others, or being outdoors, that you're going to check in with yourself and ask yourself, is this in alignment with me? Is this the right time? Do I have to do it? Remember those questions we talked about yesterday? Is this in alignment with me? Is it the right time? Do I have to do it? Okay. Jill says, at the end of each afternoon, I've been sitting or laying down under my lavender as a treat, and I love it. I love that, Jill. Okay, awesome. All right, you guys, so we're coming to the end of wrapping up this call. I want to thank you guys for your commitment to being here all week. And it's really been a pleasure. It's been super fun to have this time to connect with you guys, to witness the transformations and the breakthroughs that you had just in a short 5 days. And I want to share with you that I know how these things work. I've hosted several retreats and I've done challenges before. And because I don't want this to be just the 5 day challenge, I'm going to offer you some more support. And it was in your ebook that you probably saw when you downloaded on the last page. So what I'm offering with you for you guys, if you're looking for more support, is a 6-week group coaching program. So this program is going to be through Zoom, so not Facebook. It's going to be private, confidential, and it's actually going to be live coaching where we're talking with each other. We're going through it. It's actually my private coaching program that I do for 6 months. I'm taking it and condensing it down into 6 weeks. And what's included with it is one private coaching call with me, the energy attunement session, which is actually an energy reading. So I'm going to ask a set of questions. I spend time, 30 minutes meditation ahead of time preparing for it, so that when I step into this session with you, we get super clear about any blocks that might be coming up for moving you forward. So included with that is one private session. That alone you can book on my website for $310. And then the course study itself. So I want to share with you that I am hosting on Sunday night at 8 o'clock a question and answer on Zoom. I'm going to send you guys this information in the email, where I'm actually going to show you the entire program. We're going to spend one of the weeks doing a food program of your choice. I have a whole food eating program. I have a raw food eating program. I have a cleanse program. I have, you can choose. We can just do smoothies for the week, but that will be one part of it, because it is that part of intuitive balance of giving and receiving, learning what works for you. So the first week is all about energy management and creating sacred space. The second week is about healing the heart space. The third week is about getting into, and I can't remember if this is the exact order, but getting into nourishing the physical body. The fourth week is about self-devotion and self-love. The fifth week is about the energy body and living in alignment with our energy. And the sixth week is all about stepping into your soul signature, is the word I like to call it, and receiving abundance, receiving all of the gifts and everything that life has to offer you, and just embracing it because you know that you're worthy, because you've done the work to clear the blocks. So this is going to open up for everybody on Monday the 14th. I'm sharing with you guys right now as part of the challenge. I'm going to drop the link in the comments right here. This was also a part of your ebook, that if you join through the weekend, and I would encourage you to join the Zoom call. Let me just type in the I'm going to put the Zoom link here, but you will get this in an email. So the Zoom link or meeting ID number, let me just see, I can just drop this with you so that you have it. And you'll see this in the Facebook group as well. This is going to be a really great opportunity for you to see the entire program that we're going to do. It includes a weekly meditation. It includes all kinds of resources and, of course, the group coaching program. So I'm going to show you all of it on Sunday night. This is the Zoom link. You're going to receive it in an email. This link right here is a link to save $200 through the weekend. So I'm going to be super transparent with you guys because I think it's good to have all the information that you can. At this time, my private coaching program is completely booked. This particular program sells for $5,500 and it's a 6-month program. It includes a 1-day healing retreat, which is an 8-hour day, plus it includes 12 hours of private coaching. We meet every other month. We do through Dropbox or Google Docs. We communicate. There are questions to answer. I'm available on Boxer, and then we have the coaching sessions. So this offering is the private coaching program content plus group coaching with me. It's going to be a pretty small group. It's the first time I'm doing it. So it's going to be, and I'm offering it at a lower price. I'm offering it for $11.97. But for you guys, it's $9.97 through the link. If you sign up by Monday morning at 8 a.m. before it goes live for everybody. The program starts October 21st. And depending on who signs up, we're going to have either one or both. The group coaching calls will be either on a Tuesday night or a Tuesday afternoon. So it just really depends, kind of where everybody is, and they'll all be recorded, but this is a chance for live coaching. So if you're interested, if you have any questions, send me a message through the weekend. This is just an opportunity I'm sharing with you. And I decided to do this because some of you I've even had calls with on here about private coaching, where either it was out of your budget or just got this ball. It was either out of your budget or it wasn't the right time. So this is a way for me to offer really the content at a deeper level. If you're willing to show up in a group setting and be coached live on Zoom, I imagine there might be about 5 ladies. It'll be super small, very intimate, supportive group of women going through this together for 6 weeks. This would be a great opportunity for you. So if you have any questions, please send it to me over the weekend. I'm happy to answer. Remember the $200 offer savings. It's only for you guys in the challenge. It ends at 8 a.m. on Monday because that's when the cart opens for everybody else to join. So I would be honored to support you on this journey. It's just an offering if it feels in alignment with you at this time. And I just want to be clear also that this happens to me a lot. People say to me, I'm going to wait until the next time, and I'm going to invite you to not wait until next time because there is no guarantee that there isn't next time. And there really truly isn't with me. This is sort of, I'm here right now at the Atlantic Beach Country Club with my business partner. She's inside. And I've got a long-term goal of creating an academy to train other coaches. So the coaching work that I do now, which I love and I've done for 10 years, will be kind of part of what I do. So if you've been following me for years and you're really feeling like this is something that could really help you shift your mindset, then I would invite you to consider it and just send me the text message. We can hop on the phone. I'm here to answer your questions. And join me Sunday night at 8 p.m. on the Zoom link. We'll go over the entire program. So with that being said, we do have one winner, and the way I'm going to pick this is I'm actually going to do a random number generator. I do it total, so I have all the names down with a number next to it. So just bear with me. This is how I do all of my giveaways. So if you did a review on iTunes, and if you tagged somebody on Instagram, which some of you tagged several people, and you're part of this challenge, then you are, okay, so number one, I have 6 people. So Jill, Angie, Megan, Jill, Angie, Megan, Nora, who is Margie, and I said Megan, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. So did I miss anybody? Jill, Megan, Angie, Nora. Jill, Megan, Angie, Nora. That's 5 people. Anybody else think that they took all those steps? Okay, so let's see, random number generator, here we go. 3. So 3 is Jill Limke. Jill Limke. So Jill, congratulations. I hope you're on here. You won a spot in the group coaching program. So I want to thank you guys. I hope to see you Sunday night. And you're going to receive an email. And remember that all of the videos have been downloaded or uploaded to YouTube, so you can always watch them through the email. And it's been an honor, and I hope that you continue to share through the rest of the week what your inspired action steps are and how you celebrate them. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Thank you for joining. Oh, Jill, I'm so happy. Oh, Megan says congrats. So this is super awesome. Jill and I have been talking about doing the private coaching program for a while now, and she's a super big fan of me on the podcast. And so I'm really happy for you that this worked out for you, because we've been talking about this. So that's awesome. You're excited. You're so awesome. No, you're awesome. And so, yeah, I just want to celebrate that. Jill Taylor, thank you so much for your time. Thank you, Jill. Good luck with your launch, and asking for support for your launch as well. All right, you guys have a wonderful weekend. Hope to see you Sunday on the call at 8 o'clock. Aloha.